Where am I putting them?
Honestly, I think we should put it down here, and we can tip this on its side and try and wiggle it out sideways. Oh, and we'll have to take these puppies out.
I think you need to put them straight into a pot.
I think. Where am I cutting it?
Down the middle. Across.
You should get the rest of that out because you've got the gloves on. Oh, look at that. It's a bird skull.
Oh.
I'll keep it for my collection.
There. There's a hole.
Well, it's, yeah, it's a hole. I think it must be quite old. It looks like quite old plastic, doesn't it? It's
But
quite
it's
brittle.
not bad for a free pot to use
No.
temporarily. Put some of those cracks in the bottom.
Yeah.
Just need a couple over each hole.
I put these in here years ago.
Get as much soil off as you can because I think they're forage.
Yeah.
These are the kind of roots that it draws the goodness from the
Yeah.
soil.
You can
These ones,
see the fresh ones are these little white ones, aren't they?
yeah, and these ones are just,
These big woody ones. They look rotten anyway.
I think we should cut them off.
Do you think? Here. Poor thing. We've neglected it for too long.
This old rose will be finding a home in our new rose bed. So we took it out of the pot, trimmed its roots, took some cuttings and repotted it, ready for it to be transplanted at a later date. Put a little bit in. Why can't you put some gloves on?
I'm not sure where there is any. And I just don't like wearing gloves.
Go any water it.
Yeah.
Right. Like that side? And you've got to do them as quickly as possible.
Okay, well,
Because
smells
as soon as they
better.
start to dry out.
What about sand? Should I put some sand in?
These would be. The just small, so they'll all go in that one pot. Take some of that soil off. It's best if it's more sand than soil.
Okay. This is probably too much here, but
But you can do the rest now. Right, make a hole. No, don't put them right at the edge because that's got to go on the top.
oh, okay. In you go, little fellow. Root for me. Right, wouldn't it be really cool if we made some more roses?
It would be.
Because that's a very nice rose when it's not.
So it has to be in a bright
dead.
place, but not direct sun.
Well, I think
So underneath the seat, yeah.
there. Chip here.
Put one at the back first.
The back, yeah. Alright. I think that one's just broken, but here's what it is. Oh, wrong Crocs. Not wrong Crocs.
You don't get it over the top. Around the edge. We then planted our new miniature lilac in the old pot, where it will stand by the door and hopefully flower again next spring.
Poor thing. These poor roots. It's really root bound, look at that.
Careful of it on the wall.
Do you think it could be?
Could just tease it out slightly. Position it so that keep going round, a bit more, a bit more. it a good firming in, like push it down from the top. And I'll firm the edges in really well.
And here it is, lilacs all potted. I think we'll get some annuals to go down the bottom when it's finished. So when it's finished flowering, there'll be a bit of colour here. Something like, I think it's called labinum. I think it's called that. And this, if anyone's interested, is a dwarf pink lilac, raised in Yorkshire. And it smells incredible. Some of the flowers are dying off now actually. And some of the bottom ones haven't come out yet. But I'm going to give it a water and that's it for this evening. Got to pot a rose on that side underneath our beautiful wisteria now. But that's for another day because the rose hasn't arrived yet. And the chickens have come to hoover up what's left. Dora, poor Dora was a battery hen, so her feet are a bit messed up, unfortunately. And she's getting quite old now, aren't you, Dora? Oh, I think that was a snail. There we go.
A few years ago, we decided to make a gap in the wall to access the front field with the intention of making a proper gate and steps. With other commitments taking priority, our plans were put aside and the crude gap became a permanent feature. But now, at long last, we're making an effort to get the job done properly. We plan to put in wooden gate posts, refurbish an old oak gate we found at the bottom of the garden, rebuild the wall, and create curbed steps leading down into the field. Look out for more progress on this in future videos.
looks like a piece of ink bottle. Victorian, probably. How cool's that? And I knew it wasn't going to be easy. So it's living up to expectations at the minute. I'm going to move all these rocks away. Before I do any more, to put the posts in, I'm going to have to get rid of a lot of rocks. And I imagine they go fairly deep. And the gate posts are going to also have to go fairly deep if they want to be, we want them to be solid. So, there's still, I did like a bit of a test down here, and they still go down big rocks, and the foundation rocks of the wall are going to be bigger, like these ones as well. But this is only a few hours work, and I've already got a lot done. Once we get all the stone cleared and we get the posts in, we're halfway there, and then we've just, after the posts are in, we have to build the wall back up against the posts. And Mum knows a little bit about dry stone walling. She went on a course some years ago, so yeah, she's gonna direct that and I'll help. But this is the dirty job. This is the job that we've been putting off, moving all this rock. And from what we started out with, the ivy fools you a little bit because it goes, the end of the wall goes back here, so the gap's much wider than it looks. I might have to take the walls back even further depending on how big the stones are down here. Where we want to put the posts, the stones might kind of overlap. It depends. I'm going to have to dig down and have a look first. So yeah, anyway, I've got to shift all these rocks over there. I've been sorting out the rocks as well. I didn't to start off with, I was just like throwing them willy-nilly over there. But the small rocks I used to kind of like fill in the wall and wedge between rocks. So they need to go separately when we put the wall back together. Make things a lot easier. And I threw quite a few of them over there. But we already have loads of little rocks lying around the place anyway, but yeah, I should have sorted that out from the beginning. Anyway.
We found this old grapevine at the bottom of the garden. It was one we bought years ago and thought was long dead, but this year it sprang to life, so we decided to repot it and take some cuttings at the same time. Push the log further back, I think. Water it more. That won't be enough to go all the way through. There.
As I walk out over London Bridge, one misty morning early, I overheard of a pretty maid was lamenting for Geordie. My Geordie will be hanging on a golden chain. It's not the chain of many. He was born on King's Royal.
You might have seen in an earlier video that we took some cuttings from a fallen horse chestnut tree. Those cuttings have thankfully since taken, but I decided to take some more just to be on the safe side. We really want to save the old tree and see new clones of it growing near to where it once stood.
For Geordie, my Geordie never stole nor called or cold. He never had a penny. Stole 16 of the King's royalty, and so the wind blew away. Pretty babies of a boy, got the lies in my body. I freely part with them, everyone. It feels very life for Geordie. The judge looked
Thank you so much for watching this week's video. If you enjoyed it, please consider subscribing to our channel and leaving a comment down below.
you must be gone. Forget about the Geordie. My Geordie will be hanging on golden chain. It's not the chain of many. Stone 16 of the King's royalty, and so